Welcome to the channel. My name is Brian Kingsbury. I'm a full-time reseller. Today we're going to get into an online arbitrage purchase I made on eBay in order to flip for profits. Yep, I bought a junk drawer lot online, looking to flip that inventory into even more profits. Let's take a look and see what I bought. Here's a quick look at what I purchased. Paid $22.81 for this lot of goodies. Like I said, $22.81 for this purchase. Had a lot of good stuff, mostly smalls. They had it nicely photographed. And I did spot one item that made it worth my while. One item I did some research on and knew I could flip for some big money. Let's take a look at this. Here it is. Came to my door, showed up in one piece from Salem, Oregon. I'm gonna get into this package and see what it all entails. So like I said, I bought this for that one particular item, but I know that there's a lot more in this that could have some additional value. So we're going to get into it, do a little bit of research and see what I got out of this lot. These small lots are sometimes fun to do because people list them up and they don't always do the research. They just put it up there looking to make a few bucks on a junk drawer lot and they don't do the research. Sometimes there's some real treasures in what is listed online. If you just take the time to do the research, you can really make a lot of money. Alright, let's get into this guy. I'm going to be careful to cut this open. It feels like they packed it really nice, but we'll take a look inside here and find out how they did. Looks like I got it in one of these mailers, but they also put some styrofoam around it maybe. Alright, looks like an envelope inside of an envelope. So we're going to get into this envelope next. So as a reseller, I like to cut into these envelopes carefully because I can reuse these, use these to ship out some packages. Instead of paying for envelopes, you might as well reuse them, right? I'm kind of think of myself as the ultimate recycler. You know, your inventory is recycled typically, and if you can find these envelopes and recycle those as well, you might as well. So I'm not going to go as far to reuse the tape. Obviously this one doesn't have much stickiness left to it. Well, we could probably use that, but we're going to throw that away and just keep this envelope. Try to keep it in one piece. It's a nice padded envelope, and I can definitely use that for my inventory. Alright, as you see, we got that one open in one piece, and it looks like that there's another envelope, so a third envelope. They definitely put some extra time into packing this order. So the good news is, so far we got 2 envelopes we can reuse. When you pay about 5 cents for an envelope, that's 10 cents in savings already, right? So just to let all you resellers out there know, when someone puts priority envelopes inside another envelope, that's kind of a faux pas. You're not supposed to do that, but it looks like that's what they did here. They used the priority shipping envelopes that they give for free at the U.S. Postal Service to slide that into those 2 other envelopes, and it feels like there's probably even a priority box in here. So if you're shipping with priority products, you gotta ship priority. That's kind of the rule. Yep, just as I suspected, they used one of these handy little priority boxes that the USPS supplies. Definitely a good way to ship, but when you do that, you're supposed to be shipping priority, so might want to let that seller know to avoid that in the future. So I'm not really here to be a USPS Postal Service policeman to this seller. I'm here to get these deals, so we're going to get into this box and find out what we got. Alright, we got even more free USPS postal packaging. They're using a third one now. This is a padded envelope. This is an express envelope, I think. EMS. Well, yes, an express envelope now. So now we're in express. You're using express packaging. So we got priority. Now you got to ship it express if you really want to be by the rules. But okay, we're going to stop talking about the packaging. We're going to get into this and find the product. Let's check it out. Alright, let's see what we got in here. There it is. There's what we bought. Let's get this envelope open. Just to let you know, that is kind of a risky venture when you're putting priority and express envelopes in a ground advantage package. If the USPS opens that and determines that you used express packaging, they could automatically charge you, go from ground advantage all the way to express. So that'll cost quite a bit of money, and they can do that. Alright, I'm going to open this up and lay all the contents out here on the tabletop, and then I can show it to you guys one at a time. So this might make some noise, so we'll be gentle with it. Alright, there it is. We got it all out here on the table. Alright, I see the main item. We're going to set that one aside. That was what I bought it for. We got all kinds of good stuff in here. Let's see what we got. Alright. Some of it is kind of stuck together. Let me give you guys a better look at what we got here. So I put the main item to the side there by the scissors, but here's what we're working with. We got all kinds of stuff here. A lot of jewelry kind of tangled together. Not really my favorite thing to do is untangle this, but we're going to put some time into separating all this and see what we got. So just a hint, you know, if that seller would have put the time into separating this mess, instead of putting in 5 different envelopes, this would probably help me a lot better if you could separate this jewelry a little bit. So, you know, if we keep these chains in a separate little baggie, that would be ideal, because when it comes like this is not helpful. So I'm going to put some time into separating all this and show it to you once I'm done. Alright, I spent some time separating this lot into different categories here. I put some time into taking that mess of a necklace apart, getting that tangled. It's still tangled up quite a bit, but I've got it separated a little bit so I can kind of see what I'm working with now. Let me give you guys a look at what we're dealing with. Alright, here's what we got here. This was that necklace that was all tangled up. I was working on that. It looks to be like 3 pendants, these little white pendants, a little small little white pendants. I think this is some sort of separate tie tack. Over here we have all kinds of buttons. Probably not much value to those. This was kind of an interesting item. You have the 8 balls, the APA is what it says on it. It's in its own little baggie, brand new. Says APA on the back, so we'll have to do some research on, see what that is, see if it has any value. Might be a quick little trinket we could sell. But over here I think is the items that we can put online pretty easy. There were a couple coins here, we're looking at those, a little nickel, and I'm not sure, this might be a foreign coin of some sort. This was a couple US military pins. Has the double backing on there, so those would be easy to list. I'm guessing probably maybe $10 for that set. We had a couple rings here. These were pretty nice little rings. Not sure how much value they would have, but we could easily list those. Wouldn't take much doing. This one was kind of cool. Had a little 2 hands and like a little stone in the middle there. Looks to be a men's size ring. We'll have to check on that. But interesting ring. That might be a $14.99 type of ring, I'd guess, since it is unique. This little car was much smaller than I thought it would be. As you can see, all this stuff is little smalls. Not much to this lot, but a little purple car, probably a vintage little car. Maybe list that for $5. Military buttons, that's one thing you don't want to overlook. Sometimes if these are a real military button, not the reproductions, these can be worth quite a bit of money. So we'll have to check this one out, see if it's the real deal. It looks to be. You can see the markings on the back there. Have to get my scope out and see where it's from. A lot of times a uniform will lose a button and people go online searching for the replacement, and they'll pay up for it to get the original. So that might be some value right there. We list that up and find the right buyer. That could definitely be some profits. This was kind of an interesting little piece, a little pin it looks like. Has some sort of leaf design, or with berries. I think a berry design. Kind of a unique little pin. Could list that up. Not sure how much to ask for something like that. Maybe $9.99 as well. And you know, this stuff all ships pretty cheap though. This was actually that little knife. Again, much smaller than I thought it would be. But it is kind of a cool little knife. Open that up, get some good photos of that. And someone collecting these types of things will probably buy that. Again, these are all kind of $9.99, $5.99 type of items, but it all adds up. And then this was a little pair of shears. Look at that. Look how tiny that is. I mean, you can see my thumb. It's the size of my thumb. So tiny little shears. I'm not sure if that's just something you wear on a necklace or what. I can't imagine you would use those for anything, but maybe you would. I don't know. Definitely interesting little items. So there it is. This necklace, I'm not sure if I will list that separately. Once I get it untangled, I can get a better idea of what it is and how much it'll be worth. Again, I don't think we have any gold or silver here. They didn't overlook any of that, but we'll check it all out in a little bit more detail to make sure it doesn't have any markings on there. But let's get to what we bought this lot for. There was one item I set to the side here that I think is going to make it worth my while. Let me give you guys a look at that. So this is the reason I purchased this lot. This is a little Balboa lighter. It has a little van on front that says, "Have tubes, will travel." A little red van with the green accents. If you look these up, these sell pretty well. Little collectors will buy these. And let's take a look at the sell-through rate of these online, shall we? There you see it. That's what they're called. Wellington Balboa lighter. Let's take a look. So it looks like there's currently 104 Wellington Balboa lighters listed on eBay. Correction, when we search by highest price first, it says there's 115 listed online. Let's take a look at some of these lighters. Here's one that's going for $200. $199.99. $159.99. $140 for that Los Angeles Angels one. Here's one for $149.99. $129.99. $119.99. So obviously you can ask any amount of money for stuff online. Sometimes people make that mistake. They go online and think, oh, it's worth $100, right? What you have to do is check the sold listings. So we saw that there's 115 currently listed. Let's take a second and check the sold listings to see what has sold in the last 90 days. There you see it, 47 have sold in the last 90 days. So when there's 115 listed and 47 have sold in the last 90 days, that's not a great sell-through rate, but it's not too bad. Let's take a look and see how much some of these Wellington Balboa lighters are selling for. So we have it set up to show the most expensive ones that have sold first. This John Deere one sold for $149.99. That had the original box. Some nice glossy photos. Here's a huge lot of vintage 24 lighters. This one sold for $99.99. It appears that there are some of those Wellington lighters in this lot, but there's others as well. Here's a nice one that sold for $95. This is a Chevrolet lighter by Wellington. So Wellington Balboa, $69.99 for that one. It looks like there's two of them in that one. In that lot. Here's another one that sold for $70. Again, it has that same buyer, the same seller rather, with the green accents around it to catch your eye. This one took a best offer. It had it listed for $59.99. That one is kind of very similar to the one that I have, sold for $59.99. Best offer accepted. There's a lot of 3 for $45. Again, $49.99 for that one. $44.50. They accepted a best offer. $39.99, very similar to the one that I have. So just a reminder, I paid $22.81 for all this stuff. That includes the shipping rate. So for those lighters to be worth that kind of money, I think I'll definitely make my money back and then some. This lighter does appear to be incomplete. It doesn't appear to be working, but even as a collectible, I think we could easily ask $29.99. I'd feel comfortable at that price point, and that would put us in the profit already. So again, when one item can put you in the profit right away, and then everything else we're going to list, probably start with this stuff right here. We're looking at $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70 worth of merchandise right there, plus whatever we decide to list out of this. If we want to spend the time to untangle the rest of this and get that listed, that could be some decent money. All these tie tacks and buttons and other stuff, the coins, those would be all potential profit. But we're looking at potentially $70 in profit off of this one lot. So I think the lighter was cool, but probably my favorite item out of this lot was the ring of the two hands with the jewel. I think that was pretty unique. I think someone will definitely buy that. We'll have to see if any of those are online and what they're going for, but I think I could easily ask a decent amount of money for that. So I'm probably going to start with these 4 items, get these listed right away. The lighter, the US pins there, the military button, if that's legit, that could be worth a decent amount of money, and then this cool ring I was telling you about. Look at those hands. Someone will definitely pick that up. It kind of has that gothic feel to it. It's definitely a unique little piece. Not sure what I'm going to ask for that. What about you? Do you guys think that any of these items were worth the purchase price? What was your favorite item in this lot? Was there one that caught your eye? Is there one that I'm overlooking that might be worth more money than I realize? I think that necklace easily could be worth a decent amount of money if I want to put the time into untangling it. But I'm not sure. When time is money, you know, you don't want to waste your time too much. I already spent some time untangling it to get this video done. I don't know how much more time I want to put into it. I definitely want to put some money, some effort into listing the items that I know I can get the money back quick. That lighter would probably be at the top of the list. So when you're doing online arbitrage like this, that's the name of the game. You want to maximize your time. The less time I can put into listing these items, the better. If I can list them quick, like those rings, that lighter, those military pins, get that stuff online and hopefully get some of it sold to get my investment back, then anything else I list after that is pure profit. So here's one last look at it. I thought I'd give you guys one last look at it. Let's get a little closer so you can see everything. Get a good view of everything we got here for the $20 plus change. I think it was $22.81 is what I said. Definitely an interesting lot. So what do you guys think? Was that one worth my time? Was that worth my effort? Was that worth the money? I guess only time will tell. We'll have to get that stuff listed, and I'll give you an update once some of this stuff starts to sell. Please take a second to subscribe to my channel if you like this type of online arbitrage and you like to see me pick up these junk drawer lots and list them into my store and then give you updates. You can follow my daily vlogs. I do daily vlogs about my business, a little bit about everything I'm listing in the day, and the sales, so you can see what stuff is selling for. When that lighter sells, I'm gonna let you guys know. So you want to follow that daily vlog. Again, I'm Brian Kingsbury on YouTube. Hit that subscription button, ring that notification bell, and hopefully you'll come back for some more online arbitrage. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.